What's up, collectors? Welcome back to Films by Color. Got a quick list video for you today. I'm going to be counting down my top 10 most anticipated 4K releases of 2025. Not really counting down, I guess, because these aren't in any particular order. I just got some really cool releases that I'm very excited about that are coming out this year that I want to talk to you guys about, share with you. So I'm going to get ahead of the comments right away because I know, I can see the comments now. There's going to be so many people like, why isn't this on your list? Why isn't this on your list? Like, there's so many high-profile releases that are getting releases finally after all this time. Like, everybody knows Amadeus is coming out this year. I wanted to talk about more obscure things that I'm interested in. This is going to be a very personal list. This is going to be very specific to my tastes. If you know me, if you watched my videos before, you might know some of the titles I'm mentioning. If you don't, this might seem like a weird list, but it's fine. You don't have to critique it in the comments. Just tell me your list. Just share your movies with me that you're excited about this year because, like I said, very specific to my taste and just to what I know about. There's probably some other stuff out there that I just don't know about. So let me know your list in the comments. I, of course, want to hear more about stuff that's coming out this year. I don't keep up super hard with all the news that's coming out, but I'm trying to get better at it. I've been keeping up with Dawn of the Discs and some of the stuff they've been posting, and they've been showing some really cool stuff that's coming out. And I want to talk about it with you guys. So let's go ahead and jump into the list. Let's not waste any time. Like I said, no particular order on these, but I will say this first one might be at the top of the list. This might be the one I'm most excited about this year. So excited to finally get this in 4K. It is The Fall. Umbrella is putting out a 4K release of The Fall, a big, nice deluxe edition that I'll show you here in just a second. I'm so excited. This is one of my favorite movies of all time. It's directed by Tarsem, who just got an Arrow release of The Cell in 4K. I have the Blu-ray copy of this, and man, did I have to pay a lot of money to get this. This had a very limited run for some reason and went out of print very quickly, and I didn't find out about this movie until just a few years ago, way after the fact. This is a 2006 movie. Incredible movie. I love this movie so much. It is like Guillermo del Toro meets Tim Burton's Big Fish, but it's the most gorgeously shot movie you've ever seen. He didn't want any green screens. He went, like, literally flew across the world and shot every single scene that's in these like magical, mythical, fantasy, fantastical places, and they shot it all for real. It looks beautiful. The cinematography is amazing. It also is a tribute to cinematic stuntmen. I don't want to give too much away. It's one of my favorite movies ever. It feels like a Guillermo del Toro movie, but brighter and colorful and beautiful. I can't say enough good things about The Fall, and I'm so excited about this Umbrella release. I'm definitely going to pay however much this costs because I love this movie. Look at this. I'm sorry I'm covering up a little bit with my bubble over here, but you can see it's a nice big hard box like Umbrella always does, then a slipcover underneath. You got the 4K case right there, some art cards, some posters, double-sided poster, all the goodies. But I can't wait to get this movie. I'm going to watch it again in 4K downstairs in the theater. I'm going to watch all the supplements. I am just going to soak this movie in. I've already paid too much money on this movie for this out-of-print Blu-ray, but I'm going to pay some more because I love this movie, and I'm so excited that it's finally coming to 4K. I think Mubi is getting the 4K transfer first, and I think you can watch it on there right now, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm going to buy it physical, obviously, because I love this movie so much, and it's going to be my first Umbrella release. I've never bought anything from Umbrella before. So, can't wait for that to come out. I don't know when that comes out. It's available for pre-order now. May. It looks like May 7th that's coming out. So I highly recommend that one. If you're interested, pre-order it. I don't know how long it's going to last. I know Umbrella sells out of stuff. Sometimes they don't. You never know. So that's the first one I wanted to talk about. Second one I want to talk about is a movie that I've never seen, but I've heard great things about for such a long time. One of my very close friends who is huge into superhero movies. He has a whole YouTube channel called Geekvolution where he analyzes and reviews superhero movies. He tries to watch as many as he can from all over the globe. This is an international superhero adjacent movie. I think it's also very spy, but it's very comic book. It's based on Italian comic books. It's Danger Diabolik, which I've heard about forever. It's a Mario Bava film. I'm about to watch my first Mario Bava film. I just got Planet of the Vampires from Radiance, which is a beautiful release. So I'm going to watch that. And I am already definitely going to buy this Danger Diabolik release. It already has an imprint release, but it's very expensive on eBay, especially if you want that limited edition, slipcover edition. But this is coming to Kino Lorber. We got a little Tease here from Dawn of the Discs. Danger Diabolik is coming out from Kino Lorber, so I don't know if it's not going to be a huge like bells and whistles edition, but it is probably going to have some really nice supplements with some commentaries and stuff like that. Kino Lorber does great releases. It's going to be a 4K restoration for the first time. I can't wait to see this. I've been excited to watch this for a while. I'm kind of glad that I held off and didn't pick it up because now we're getting a 4K release. And I can't wait to see what that looks like in 4K. I am really getting into this kind of era of comic book films. I just watched Barbarella for the first time last year, and it's the same kind of 60, very, very different. I'm not going to compare them like story-wise or even visually, maybe a little bit visually, because they're both based on these kind of 60s comic books. But I can't wait to check it out. I can't wait to watch it, and I'm sure the sensibilities are going to be right up my alley. And I'm looking forward to it. So let me know in the comments if you've seen Danger Diabolik, if you have the Imprint release. I'm still interested in that one. I would love to get that one, but I got to get it in 4K if it is going to come out. And Kino Lorber always has great prices, and they don't do limited editions. I mean, the slipcovers sometimes are, but most of the time they stay in stock for a long time. So that's really cool that it's coming to Kino Lorber. Next one I'm going to talk about is a Criterion release, my favorite label. Gotta throw some Criterion in here, and it is a James Stewart film, Anthony Mann collaboration. It's a Western film. I've already seen it. It's from 1950. It's Winchester 73. They had an Anthony Mann, James Stewart collaboration collection on the Criterion channel. I don't know if it's still there, but it was a couple years ago. And this is the one I watched. We watched this one first, and it's great. It's just your classic Western good guy versus bad guy. James Stewart does it so well. And it's a lot of fun. It's a nice, breezy, short film, 92 minutes, but it is just great. I loved it quite a bit. I have to buy everything James Stewart in the Criterion collection, so for sure going to be adding that one to the list, and that is another 4K release. And I know that one's kind of a cheat because it's already out. As I'm recording this, it just came out this past week. I wanted to get this video out sooner, but still going to keep it on the list because I'm very excited about it, and I will probably pick it up the end of the month or beginning of March when Criterion does their flash sale online or in the July sale from Barnes & Noble. But I will be picking this up this year, so I'm really looking forward to that one. Next up, we're going to Arbelos Films, a very small boutique label that I only own a few releases from, but I've never bought from them directly. I've never pre-ordered from them. I never got one of their limited edition slipcovers. I always found out about them way after the fact, but this is coming out soon. It's available for pre-order now. It looks so cool. It's The Blood Lady. Look at this. It's right here on the banner at the top. The Blood Lady, film by Victor Kubal. I am not familiar with this animator, but I love animation, especially international animation, especially animation that's very different from what our sensibilities are here in the States. And this is the limited edition of The Blood Lady right now for $39.99, available for pre-order. Not a 4K. But I had to put it on the list because it's super exciting that we're getting this. Just a Blu-ray, but like I said, you can pre-order it now. Look at that. Look at this beautiful artwork on here. Looks like a ton of fun. It also comes with some stickers down here at the bottom, which is kind of subversive, kind of funny because this looks like a very dark, gruesome animated film with a lot of blood right there, but it's done in kind of a simple, charming, kind of kid-friendly art style, which is very interesting, and I can't wait to check this one out. I'm always down to check out some animation that I haven't seen, and Arbelos specifically has put out some great animation. The Son of the White Mare, this is how I got that release from Arbelos, and that's one of the best animated movies I've ever seen. It's got a little quote right here at the bottom. If there's a single jewel worthy of discovery in Slovak animation, then The Bloody Lady, a film by Victor Kubal, is certainly it. That's from the National Film Institute of Hungary, which is where Son of the White Mare is from. It's a Hungarian animated film. I have not had a chance to get into too much Slovak animation, but I've heard it's great, and I can't wait to add that to the list and pick it up later this year. And we may be talking about some Slovak animation later on in the list because it's a big year for Slovak animation. Next up, we've got, speaking of animation, we've got a stop motion animation film, Memoir of a Snail. This is right here on Bluray.com. This is one of the best films from last year, I've been told. It's nominated for Best Animated Feature. I have wanted to check it out, especially because this is the same animator who did Mary and Max, which is an earlier stop motion animated film. I think it came out like mid-2000s that I've always wanted to see. It's been on my list for a long time. I haven't got around to it, and this is the perfect time because they're getting a double feature next year. Again, not 4K. Kind of sucks that we don't get 4K animated releases, but at least we're getting a Blu-ray, and that's good enough for me. So I'm going to grab this double feature and definitely watch both of these, Mary Ann Max and Memoir of a Snail. Really looking forward to this release. If you've seen these, let me know, but I'm already sold. Everything I've read about, everything I've looked into, it seems right up my alley. Seems like something I'm really going to love. I love the art style. I've watched the trailers. It looks amazing. And I can't wait to add those to the collection as well. Maybe, fingers crossed, we'll get a 4K someday, but I'm not going to wait. I want to watch those this year, so I'm going to grab the Blu-rays. Next up, we've got another Criterion release. This is the last Criterion on the list, I promise. I won't be mentioning too many Criterions. And again, I'm not mentioning the big ones that everyone's excited about. This, though, is made for me. I'm so excited about this. I have all of the Charlie Chaplin films in the Criterion collection. I'm trying to collect all the silent films in the collection. There's not enough of it, Criterion. Put out more silent films. That's what I've been saying for years, and now they listen. Well, they didn't listen to me, but they're doing it, so I'm excited. This is another silent film from Charlie Chaplin, so I gotta add it to the list. It is A Woman of Paris, and this is a Charlie Chaplin film where he's not in it. I don't think maybe he has a cameo, but he's not the star, which is fascinating to me, because he usually is a one-man band, usually does everything. He edits his films, stars in his films, directs his films, does the music, does the score. I don't know, he might do all that stuff, but he's not starring in this one. This is 1923's A Woman in Paris. I can't wait. I'm so excited. This cover art looks amazing. Haven't seen this film, but I don't care. I always buy silent films. I love silent films. One of my favorite eras of films, 20s, 40s, and 60s, I think are my favorite decades of film. Again, not a 4K, but we are getting a Blu-ray of this. Don't blame me, guys. Don't blame me for putting Blu-rays on the list. Blame them for not putting out 4K copies, because I couldn't do a list without mentioning this movie. So excited about it. It's coming very soon. When is this coming out? March 18th, next month. Next month, this is already coming out. Definitely going to be in my cart this July in the Barnes & Noble sale. Be picking that one up for sure. And there's a bunch of supplements on here, a bunch of special features as well. Love it. Can't wait. Next up, we've got a non-boutique release. Most of these have been boutique releases. That's mainly where I've been focusing. That's where I'm going to be moving this year with my collecting. Mostly boutique releases is what I'm after, but got to pick up this one. This is a movie that my wife and I saw when it came out. We both loved it, but we haven't watched it since, and we never picked it up on Blu-ray. And that's okay, because now it's getting a 4K release, and it is The Nice Guys. The Nice Guys finally coming to 4K later this year. Very, very soon. It's coming out February 11th, so it probably will be out by the time you see this video. I have to pick this one up. Everyone knows what this movie is. It is directed by Shane Black. I think he did this right after Iron Man 3. Was it right? Yeah, right after Iron Man 3. This was his next film. Stars Russell Crowe and Ryan Gosling. Amazing buddy cop movie, detective movie, very Shane Black film. I think this was I saw Iron Man 3, but this was the first Shane Black film I saw. I missed his earlier stuff. I was very young when he was making his big, memorable, like, famous movies. But I definitely saw this one when it came out, and like I said, me and my wife had a wonderful time. It's also got a great child performance by Angourie Rice, who is delightful in this movie, and also delightful in real life. I got to spend a little bit of time with her, talk to her on the set of Spider-Man Homecoming when we were doing a couple scenes together, mainly just one hallway scene, but she was super nice, talked for quite a while with us extras while we were setting up for the next reverse shot, and very thick Australian accent that you wouldn't even know from listening to her act, because she is so good in this movie. And she's done other things as well, but this is where I think most of us first saw her. Such a great movie, really fun, like neo-noir, not really neo-noir, but there are noir elements, but it's mostly like just a detective mystery movie, dark comedy that I really loved, and I still remember it very well, and I can't wait to rewatch it finally and pick it up later this year. And then this next one I just found out about, so I had to throw it on the list. And it actually works out really well. It's very fortuitous because I just gave away my Blu-ray copy of this film. It is one of the best Christmas films of all time, one of my personal favorite Christmas movies. It's The Lion in Winter, getting a 4K restoration from Vintage Classics in Studio Canal. So it's a UK release. It's across the pond, but I'm hoping that this means we are going to get a Region A release pretty soon. That's how it usually works. I don't know for sure yet, but I'm hoping Kino Lorber or one of the other boutique labels puts out a release from here. It is Studio Canal, so maybe Lionsgate will get it. That would be ironic. If we can get like a really nice steelbook from Lionsgate for this movie, that would be amazing. Like I said, I had the Blu-ray copy. I just gave it away to friend of the channel, John, who you guys probably know if you've been watching this channel. He and his partner watch this movie every single year on Christmas. It's this nice little tradition that they have. And he only had a DVD copy, so I was giving him a Christmas gift and I just threw in my Blu-ray copy of Lion in Winter. And it worked out perfectly because now I can grab the 4K copy. He doesn't really care about 4K anyway, so it's going to be great. I don't know if I'm going to pick up this version. I may pick up the Studio Canal version, or I may just wait and wait for a US release. We'll see. We'll see how long it takes, but I definitely want to pick that movie up and watch it again soon because it is one of the best Christmas movies out there. If you like medieval times movies or just dysfunctional family holiday movies, it's the best of both worlds. It's basically like Game of Thrones, this family just like eating away at each other, vying for the throne. Stars Peter O'Toole and Katharine Hepburn in an older performance. She's amazing. She steals the show. She's so good in this movie. I loved it. I loved it, and I can't wait to watch it again. You have to watch it around Christmas time, and it's gonna look so good in 4K. All right, next up, I teased this earlier, and all we have for this is a tease. Deaf Crocodile, one of my favorite labels, talk about them all the time. They did a little tease on Instagram, and here it is. There it is, and immediately everyone in the comments started shouting out the Snow Queen. This is the Snow Queen. This is a Slovak animated film that I think we got like an English dub version here in the States, but I'm very interested to see the original untouched version, and hopefully Deaf Crocodile does a really good restoration on this. I can't wait. It's going to come in one of these nice big deluxe editions that Deaf Crocodile's been doing. This is Felidae. They did a 4K restoration of Felidae, which is a German animated film. Watched this just last month. It's incredible. It looks amazing. The restoration is so good. I can't wait for the Snow Queen to get this treatment as well. Classic Russian animated fairy tale film that I've heard about for years. Never had a chance to see it, so I'm so glad this is getting the Deaf Crocodile treatment. Fingers crossed it's a 4K, but either way, day one pickup for me. I'm definitely going to be picking up the Snow Queen when it comes out from Deaf Crocodile later this year, maybe next year. We don't know for sure. We just have this tease. Hopefully it's coming soon. And then we've got one more thing on the list to talk about, and full disclosure, this was a very last minute addition. I just threw it in here right before I hit record because it's taken me too long to shoot this video. I wanted to shoot this video earlier. I had other things on the list. I had The Substance on the list. I had Heretic on the list, the Snowpiercer 4K release. All those are on the list, but at the time of this recording, they're all already released. So I had to throw some other things on here, and this is one of them. This is an Imprint release. Had to get Imprint on here. They've been doing great stuff lately. They have these new lenticular hardbox packaging that they've been doing. They did it for Neverending Story end of last year, and then they did it for Priscilla last month in January. Can't wait to get more of these. They look great. And they're also killing it with the supplements. This release is Jason and the Argonauts from 1963. This is a classic Harryhausen animated film, live action film with classic Harryhausen animation in it. His stop motion style. This is like one of his classic based on Greek mythology movies. Love this movie. This is probably my favorite of his, at least in the mythological genre. I really like some of his like 50s B-movie sci-fi adventures as well, but this one looks great. I think I prefer this to Clash of the Titans, just this era. I like the 50s era more than the 80s, but it looks great. It's so much fun. I do already own this though. I own this through Indicator. Indicator has some beautiful Harryhausen box sets. 3 of them actually, Volume 1, Volume 2, and then the Sinbad box set. I've got all 3 of those, which includes Jason and the Argonauts. And this, unfortunately, is not a 4K. It's just a Blu-ray. So I'm really gonna have to dig into the supplements here and see if this is gonna be worth it, see if there's enough stuff on here. Like I said, late edition, but I was really excited when I heard about this getting announced. So that's potential. That's a potential pickup. It depends on the supplements. It depends on how I hear about maybe the transfers a little bit better. I don't know. It's still a Blu-ray. I'll have to wait for reviews on that one. Maybe not a day one purchase, but all these other ones are pretty much day one purchases for me. I'm very excited about all these releases. Let me know in the comments. Tear my list apart if you want to, but definitely share your list because I want to hear what else is coming out this year. I haven't heard everything. I can't keep up with everything, but I'm doing my best. And like I said, very specific list to my tastes. So hopefully this video was helpful. Hopefully I said something that you didn't already know and you could take something away from this video. Stay tuned for more news videos and updates throughout the year. We're gonna keep up with everything that's coming out. Hit subscribe if you like these kind of list videos. I wanna do more list videos in the future. Thank you guys so much for watching and for commenting and liking down below. Really appreciate all the support. Can't wait to talk to you in the comments section. Until next time, keep collecting and I'll be back with another one real soon.